This is the second fundraiser I've done with the NAFO 69th Sniffing Brigade. They approached me earlier this year, and I had seen they'd already done fantastic work with other content creators like Artur Rehi and Ukraine Matters. So that gave me the confidence to partner with them and promote them to my audience. And we did the first fundraiser back in May. It went over $1 million. I then waited for all the trucks and drones to be processed and delivered. And then we launched another one, and this one also went over $1 million. So this was beyond my wildest expectations initially, but it has a lot of people excited to be able to be part of these large fundraising efforts. Both fundraisers, the one in May and then the one in August, they only lasted a week.
And it was a very important event, and luckily one of many. I have joined a NAFO campaign, Help 99, where they actually collect aid to buy trucks for the front lines, and since recently, lots and lots of different kinds of drones. It is their 33rd, if I'm not mistaken, Convoy, which is beautiful, taking into account how many different trucks, medical vehicles they brought close to the front lines. And I was proud to participate for the third time. It is actually quite often that various YouTubers, Instagram people join campaigns. We design our own patches that people can buy, and this way actually help fundraising for the necessary things to help Ukraine defend itself. And this was my third campaign, mainly focused on drones, but also one truck went to Skylords, which are Ukrainian aerial intelligence unit that is now in Kharkiv region. And honestly, they have already sent me some photos of these drones working and carrying some messages to the invaders.
That's fantastic. So in total, how many drones or trucks were you guys able to buy?
In total, this convoy included 22 trucks. Mine was just the one, but 60 FPV drones, including night vision drones. And actually, these ones were produced by Ukrainian manufacturer. And it's also interesting because it doubles the effect. Both helps develop Ukrainian drone production and backups units with necessary things. But in total, there are hundreds of cars that were delivered, and there are lots of record-breaking campaigns. I'm sure you will tell the viewers about them too. And in my case, these were also 3 Mavic drones, which is good.
Well, each fundraiser, we set the goal of 30 vehicles, 30 trucks for Ukrainian frontline units, and then as many drones as we can buy. There's the kamikaze drones, which the price range is close to $300. But then we've got the very expensive Mavic drones that can run up to 4,000. Ukrainian frontline units need both types of drones, so it's mix and match. On top of that, there's other miscellaneous things like spare tires, drone jammers, socks, various things that units request, and the 69th Sniffing Brigade is happy to fulfill those.
I think a lot of people don't realize, why are vehicles so important? Why do they burn through them so fast?
They're top targets. Both Ukrainian drones go after civilian-looking vehicles because they're used for supply runs. They're used for troop rotations. So Ukraine's soft top vehicles are also prime targets. The Russians love getting them. So frontline Ukrainian units, they have to protect what vehicles they have, because as soon as they lose them, it gets harder to deliver supplies to the front lines. It gets harder to evacuate wounded personnel. It gets harder to do troop rotations. So yeah, there's a tremendous need for these vehicles, especially quality trucks that have four-wheel drive and can handle roads that don't see much maintenance these days.
So now that you guys have finished this very large campaign, what are you planning next? Do you plan to do other events like this?
I'd be honored and happy to join Help 99 and NAFO campaigns, because They work very effectively. They are super transparent. They have a very large community that is constantly growing. But what I love best is that they have direct contact with Ukrainian units on the front lines. And actually, when the aid is brought, you can contact with those units, and many of us develop friendship and continuous support. We make each other more visible, and thus the support for Ukraine grows larger. And also, it is extremely important that many people trust this campaign, and they actually, each convoy, for example, they bring by themselves from Estonia, and this is more than 2,000 kilometers. So literally they test these cars, they equip them, and these are not just trucks, they are equipped with everything to safeguard life on the front lines, to provide various interesting things that can be quite unexpected for the enemy.
And the soldiers who receive these things, what have they said? What's the reaction?
I think it's a tremendous morale boost knowing that people around the world are still supporting them, still standing with them 2.5 years into this war. That wasn't my goal when I originally launched these fundraisers, but I know that this means a lot to people. I can see it just in the videos that are shared with me when these drop-offs occur in Kyiv, people seeing the trucks all lined up, people seeing the drones stacked up. For Ukrainian defenders, they want to know that people around the world are still supporting them. It means a lot for staying in the fight.
They are very happy, they are very graceful, and they are impressed with the support outside Ukraine. Because the vast majority of those who donate, buy the patches, are actually people from different corners of the world. Their names are always mentioned on those trucks and everywhere. And for Ukrainian soldiers, this is another boost of their morale and motivation, understanding that maybe people somewhere in the international institutions may doubt, may quarrel, but people of the world who love freedom, they definitely stand with Ukraine. And often it's actually very heartwarming and quite emotional to see how these people, literally coming from very hot zones, are so happy and so emotional when seeing this help. So they are always ready to report, to demonstrate how it all works, and hopefully many more convoys will come to back up until we win.
Anna, that's great. Thank you for your time today.